Hello, and welcome to Nurtural Disasters. This is a podcast for those of us with toxic or emotionally immature parents. We might not have a bunch of credentials next to our names, but we do have PhDs from the Hard Knocks University. Basically, we want this to be a validating space for adult children of parents who had no business having children. Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of Shitty Birthdays. And Ken, you know about the thing about your cousin?
Mm-hmm.
You asked me about my aunt, my mom's twin. So I remember when I was younger, maybe middle school. So we were living in Miami at the time, and my aunt, this is on my birthday, she takes me and her daughter, who's my same age, to the mall and buys her a bunch of stuff, like the Macy's or whatever. Bought her a bunch of stuff on my birthday. I had to sit there and watch while she was like trying on clothes. I said, eventually I was like, I like this t-shirt. It was like it said CK for Calvin Klein. I remember it was gray and it was kind of like, it could show a little bit of your belly, because, you're like an early teen. So you're like,
Yeah, it's trendy
it
at the
was
time. I
trendy.
remember that.
Yeah. So I was like, can I have this, for my birthday? And she goes, your mom has to pay me back if I get it for you. And I'm like, okay. And then I remember going home and my mom's partner at the time, the one who was puking, she was with him at the time. And he goes, oh my God, she did that on Lisa's birthday? Like, it's bad if he like notices, right? If he notices, like I had to watch while my cousin like tries on like all these like cute clothes on my birthday. Yeah, my aunt is something else.
That's really bad. That's like I don't even know what to say about that. That's rubbing it in your face and kind of saying that your mom is like insufficient. That's reminding you of that.
Yeah.
Not only do you have to watch your cousin get stuff from her mom, you don't get anything.
Yeah. And my cousin's an only child, so she was used to getting like a lot of stuff. So yeah. And I told you about my cousin. It's some, the falling out we had and stuff. I don't like my aunt. She's not.
She's not great.
No, she has an eating disorder, and it's like, when you talk to her, the first thing, whether it's on the phone or in person, the very first thing she'll say, "How much do you weigh?"
That's a
Like the
no-no.
very like, "Hi, how are you? How much do you weigh?"
How much money do you make? How much do you weigh? How much do you eat
What's it
today?
in Spanish?
What kind of car do you
"¿Cuánto
drive?
pesas?" I was like, "How much do you
Oh
weigh?" I'm like,
gosh.
"What? Hi, is good hearing from you too." And then,
You should just be like a buckle
a
five.
buckle, yeah, that's how much freedom
Yeah.
costs. Yeah, I
Yeah.
weigh freedom. Yeah, and it's funny because like my uncle like years ago when his partner at the time had their kid, she told her that she was fat. Just straight up told her, "Oh, you're
Ooh.
fat," because she had just had a kid and gained weight, like you normally do after you have a kid, and just straight up told her, "Oh, you're fat." Like she's like that, so fucking rude. I mean that level, and it's funny because my aunt's daughter, she was like obese for a long time. So the irony, right? Someone who's just like, I think my aunt has an eating disorder, and they'll go to the gym and just, I weigh 106 pounds. She would always brag, I weigh 106. And then meanwhile, her daughter would like obviously overeater, literally obese. Imagine my height, but like 80 pounds heavier, if you can imagine that.
I could just imagine, like, how your cousin probably got the brunt of those mean statements
I
from her.
probably, because my cousin was actually really pretty. When she was a teenager, she wasn't fat or skinny. She was just really normal, really, really a good-looking girl. But as she
Mhm.
became as an adult, gained a bunch of weight, obviously from like her own mental illness stuff, and um, could never. Actually, funny, she actually ended up moving to LA to become an actress, but she could never lose the weight.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, we went to Hollywood one time, and she's like, "That star's for me." And she's like, "I need to lose 60 pounds and get an agent." And that never happened. No, she didn't have the discipline, she was very
Mhm.
immature and whatever, young. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But yeah, the whole cousins thing, so weird. And man, fuck these people. I'm so glad I don't talk to them. Yeah, and Mother's Day was like last month, just a couple weeks ago. I heard that my mom was in Mexico, and, it's funny because, Latin American in Latin America, you celebrate Mother's Day on May 10th, regardless of the date,
Mhm.
whereas, like, in the States, it's always at the Sunday. This year, it actually coincided, so Latin American and American Mother's Days were on the same day, that Sunday, which rarely happens. So that's why I was like, "Oh, Mother's Day," and then I celebrated with going, like, visiting my partner's grandmother, and people are like, "Oh, you're a mom too, you're a dog mom," and I'm like, "Oh, I am." And then it was like, "Oh, I have a mom too, huh?" No. Oh, then I heard through the grapevine that my mom was in Mexico, and I was like, "Oh, she must feel so humiliated that she is spending Mother's Day without her kids." At least I know with me, like, how embarrassing. How it looks really bad that
Yeah, it must knock you down a peg if your kids aren't even around on Mother's Day. That really reflects on you,
Oh.
right?
Oh, that yes. Exactly. And actually made me feel kinda sorry for her. I'm like, she must feel like, because I already know how humiliating it is. Everyone else getting flowers and cards and chocolates and whatnot, and then you get nothing. You don't even get a fucking phone call. It actually made me feel sorry for her, and I rarely do, because usually maybe it's a sign of healing, I don't know, but I like to reserve my anger because it keeps me ironically, it makes me have boundaries, right? Because it's like, I'm so angry, I'm not gonna call somebody even though I feel sorry for them and da da da, even if I'm being manipulated into feeling sorry for somebody, you know? But your anger is actually it's been very useful with maintaining boundaries, ironically, right? But the fact that I felt sorry for her, I'm like, "Am I healing or what?" Usually I just don't I'm indifferent, I would call my grandmother when my paternal grandmother who I was close to, but after she passed a couple years ago, I don't really don't celebrate it, and I know for you, visiting your own mother with dementia on Mother's Day, fuck. I
It's not a good thing. It's hard to explain when you have someone with dementia as severe as my mom. It's a little unnerving, right? Because she's physically there, but she's not there. Mentally, she's not there. And I have no idea what she's thinking. I have no idea if
hmm,
she recognizes me or not because she smiles at
hmm,
everybody. So I have no idea if it's my mom still in there. So it's really hard to grasp that. And it doesn't help that my dad's there too, and I'm like, "Why are you here, dude?" He really does bother me, and I'm not sure if I'm just, like, sensitive sometimes. Just him being there, it just pisses me off that he's there. It didn't always used to be that way, and as we got more of the falling out, as I had more therapy, it's just our relationship is very just kind of transactional. We talk about certain things. If he needs me to do something, I'll just do it for him, right? But that's pretty much the extent of our relationship. Looks at me and stuff, and he's like, "You seem like you're doing well." And this past week, it wasn't good because he looked at me and he was like, "You look really skinny. Why are you so skinny?" I'm like, "I'm stressed." And he's like, "What are you stressed about?" And I'm like, "Let me list the ways where I'm stressed, right?" He pretty much responded to me as like, "Well, work is going well, right? You don't have to worry about looking for a job or anything like that. So where's your stress coming from?" I didn't want to entertain that question with any kind of answer because what's there not to be stressed about in this in this world right now? Let's say even if we don't want to talk about big picture societal stuff that's going on, right? Or let's not think about the economy. Let's not think about just people that might be your neighbors and something's bad's happening to them. What about our situation right now, Dad? Mom is not mom anymore. My sister is I don't know what's up with her. And you could only worry about yourself at the moment. And this is just us right here. This doesn't mention any of the other stuff that I have to deal with outside of this when I leave your house. So it's like the stress is happening. And anybody that knows my dad and I told them that, I was like, "Geez, I wonder why you're stressed." It's like talking to someone that's, like, oblivious to everything, right? I'm not sure if he's just, like, blissfully unaware of himself, and that's really my main problem with him is like, "Do you not understand yourself, sir?" And I was like, "Maybe I give him too much credit. Not everybody understands themselves,
mhm.
right, Lisa? Not everybody's self-aware." And we take that for granted. We're thinking that people are self-aware. It's like, no, not everybody's self-aware, okay? Some people are blissfully unaware of everything that's going on, and for him, he only worries about his periphery. If nothing is affecting him directly, I don't think he gives a crap, right? A lot of the stuff it's about money and stuff like that, that my mom, she went into the ER, he still talks about that all the time. And really, if he wasn't the person that had to be the one that's obligated or on the hook for that money, I don't think he'll
Yeah.
care about it at all. He's had me cancel like my mother's checkups, like saying, "Your mom's not gonna get any
He's
better anyway."
he says that?
So
Your
yeah,
mom's never
yeah.
gonna
He had me cancel one because, like, I couldn't get out of going to work. I didn't have the time. My cousin was willing to take her, and they're like, "We don't want her to take her." And it's like stuff like that. At a certain point, I'm so burnt out, I'm not gonna fight
Yeah.
anymore, right?
Oh, fuck.
Mhm. You know what the bad part is, Lisa? I didn't even get to the part where I talk about my 25th birthday party that I mentioned last time, and that was the icing on the cake with my parents. That was the
Is it the
icing on the
one
cake.
with they kicked
I
everybody out of the house?
Yeah, so what happened was, for some reason, everything aligned, like, everybody that I invited showed up. That never happens to anything, right? So, this is, like I was, like, college, this is, like, my first real job, so I had, like, a really fun time with my coworkers. It was during a time where, I don't know, everybody just, like, was okay hanging out with each other outside of work. It was, like, a different world back then, and this was, like I swear, it was just, like, what, 10, 15 years ago, right? So, it's, like, that whole world is, like, different now. People at least in my circle, are, like, older, don't we're not gonna go out after work and stuff, like, and go drink. But during that time, I was, like I had a pretty good social life, so I had a lot of people that I hung out with, and I swear there was a good, like, 75 or 100 people there. There were people that haven't seen in years that showed up. And the thing was, like, a lot of my cousins showed up, like, my god sister showed up, which she never did for any of my parties, and it's, like it's because she doesn't like big crowds and stuff like that, but everybody was there. It was weird. Everybody that I talked to during that time was there, and it was, like, great. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool." Like, my friends brought over, like, a barbecue, we were barbecuing stuff in the back, and I was like, "This is great." And I had a friend that I was working with that's like a DJ. He plays at, like, nightclubs and stuff like that, and he's, like, for hire. He's, like, a legit DJ. So, he was playing my party for a very nominal fee. I still paid them, but yeah, it's like it wasn't a lot. It was, like, something I could afford, and it was great. Like, it was great. It had music, it had food, everybody was just mingling, and my dad steps out eventually, and he just walks towards me, and he's like, "Can you please turn off the music, please? It's too loud." So I'm like, "Okay, sure. We're gonna can I make it a little softer?" He comes back maybe like 10 to 15 minutes later, and he's like, "I don't like it. It's really bugging me. Could you turn off the music totally?" I'm like, "Hey, I just kinda wanna just enjoy my party. Can we just have it for another hour?" And it wasn't late at all. It was probably like 7:30, 8 o'clock. It wasn't like it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, "No." And he just sticks his finger and he pokes it right in my chest. And I'm like staring down at his finger poking me. And I just get this thing where it's like it's almost like a movie and everybody's like staring at this situation, him poking me in the,
What
the chest. I'm just like looking at it.
was it hard? Was he
Huh.
poking hard, like and you're and you're
Yes, yes,
and
he's
you're
poking me
and you're going
in my chest.
backwards?
Like, you know how, like, something is, "You do this, okay?" And I remember every time my dad's really mad at me, that's what he does. He pokes me in the chest like that. He's like, "You fix it, or you do this." So he told me, "Break up the party." Okay, fine. So I look at everybody's like, "Sorry, we all have to, like, break up the party." So we're all, like, hanging out outside where everybody's going to the car, everybody's giving me a hug. Well, it was fun while it lasted, like, stuff like that. And I was just chatting with my friends, "Are you gonna go out with us after this?" And, like, my friends took me out, and at this point, like, I had, like I'm not sure how many beers I had, and I had tranquilizers, so I'm totally messed up already. "Yeah, let's go out." And this was during a time where I was, like, pretty heavy drinking. I think I was smoking on a consistent basis. So this was, like, a time I was not taking care of myself. This is my 20s. I'm, like, 25. I'm, like, thinking nothing could kill me, probably. And anybody that knows that is like, "Oh, yeah, if you ever have an Ativan or something, like, to that degree, like a tranquilizer, you're not supposed to take alcohol with it. Mm, you're not supposed to take any alcohol with it because it could you could stop breathing. That's really what it is." I had a ton of alcohol. I did this on a regular basis. This was like my way of numbing any kind of pain I had. This was like before therapies. Well, I was just getting medicated, so I'm like, okay, I could deal. But I remember that day. After that, I think I had like one or two parties that were like a little bit smaller, maybe like a dozen people, but it never was like that big party again, right? And I was very glad and really grateful that I had like at that time I had this many people care about me to even show up to my party. But I keep thinking about it as my dad couldn't give me 1 or 2 hours where I could really just enjoy myself, right? And it wasn't like he like, "Oh yeah, guess what? I ruined your party. I'm gonna take you out and we're gonna have a nice party. I'm gonna give you a nice party." No, he didn't do that. And he didn't give me any kind of, like, acknowledgement at any birthday after that, and then because of that, I just look at my birthday party as like, "I really hate my birthday. This is, like, a terrible day. I don't like it at all." I remember because that one year where I moved to Japan, if my friends from Japan are still listening to this, you probably remember this, even though it's been like 10 years. I remember a birthday landed on a day where I didn't have to go to class. So what I did was I was telling everybody, today's my birthday. I'm gonna hide in my room and I'm not gonna come out, okay? I'm just gonna come out just to eat or something like that. And they were like, why? I'm like, I don't want anything bad to happen on my birthday. And they're like, that's ridiculous. What bad could what bad things could happen on your birthday? I was like, well, I don't know. My dad maybe could fly or astral project himself and like start poking me in the chest again. I don't know. But I was really depressed. It's my birthday and I can't enjoy it. I don't know why. I just can't enjoy it. And I was so grateful for my friends. They took me out to a burger restaurant in Tokyo and they're like, "Does this taste anything like the burger from back at home?" And I'm like, "Close enough." I'm like, I'm just glad you guys are here." And I guess afterwards, everybody would just maybe 10, 20 other kids were just like in the dining area and we just like all had a drink and they're like, they wish me happy birthday. This is really nice. This is like, I wish I could have this all the time. I was like, this is, it's not big, but you guys tried. And that's really what I asked for is like, you guys could try. That's why sometimes, I never had anybody just like, "Hey, it's your birthday. We're gonna surprise birthday party you," right? Like, you just go walk into a room and it's like, "Surprise." That's like something I it's not everybody gets surprise birthday parties, but like, I never had that, so it's weird when it comes to my birthday. It's like, you know what it is? I hope that I get a surprise birthday party, but, like, you don't get it, and then you're just disappointed. It's like my dad not bringing me that birthday cake in elementary school. It's just like reliving that over and over. It's terrible. It's like you're reliving this thing over and over, and it's just this disappointment over and over, and it's just a weird thing that I can't get out of. And it's not that I'm not grateful that I know, Lisa, you took me out last year. I was having a
Mhm.
really bad day. A bunch of my other friends canceled on me, and this has happened before, where I've had a birthday party and invited people out, and everybody's like, "Oh, yeah, the day of, it's fine." Hour before, everybody cancels. I remember I had, like, a table booked at a restaurant for 10 people. 7 of those people canceled at the last minute. So it was like 3 people. So I had to like go to like the host and be like, "Hey, can we get a smaller table? My friends didn't show up. They canceled." And I keep thinking, it's like, why am I the person that has to invite people to my birthday party and have people, like it's like hiring people to be my friends for my birthday party. And people shouldn't view it like that, but that's how I view it sometimes. And it's sad for me sometimes. And the thing is, I'm not trying to discount, like, people that remember my birthday and take me out, go eat. Like, when you, took me out last year, like, I was so
I'm s
grateful, and I knew at that point, it's like, I was like, "Oh, man, Lisa, I love you so much." As,
Oh.
like, it means so much to me, and sometimes I mention that to my fiancée, and she gets disappointed that I have bad birthdays, right? And she's trying to do her best, but it's just I'm messed up in a way where my head's like, "Am I getting that surprise birthday party that it's not coming," and I still hope for it, and it's way past its prime. My dad's not gonna just show up and give me a birthday party, right? And I'm not sure if it's just the narcissist in him where he's like, you know what? I don't want you to have your own day, right? I don't care for you to
Oh.
have your own day. I don't care if you're the center of attention. And he's probably like, in my opinion, like speaking from my dad's point of view, I don't get what the big deal is. Why do you need a birthday party? I don't have birthday parties. You shouldn't have one either. So I think that's his
Yeah.
logic, right? And I remember one more thing. One thing I correlated to was I remember graduating from college and I didn't want to go to the ceremony. Some of my friends were like, "Why?" I was like, "Not that it's only in the sun, in the heat, in the middle of the day." My parents never showed up to any of my events where if I was getting a trophy for something or like a plaque or award, my parents never showed up because I just realized, oh yeah, they had to go work or something like that. Or even when they were free, they didn't want to drive up to go see me receive an award or something like that. It was just an inconvenience. I remember I didn't want to graduate from college and well, I wanted to graduate from college, but I didn't want to walk. I didn't want to go to a ceremony. I didn't want to give them the satisfaction of watching me walk when they were so absentee in my big events in my life. And then my sister's just like, you know what? They really want to go to the ceremony. You should just walk. And then she convinced me to do it.
Did they
But
show
here's the
up?
thing. They did. They did. They showed
Wow.
up and they showed up. So, which was if my cousins didn't drive them up to Santa Barbara, which was 2 hours away from where they lived, they probably wouldn't have showed up. They showed up, but the thing is, because I worked at the student bookstore, the university bookstore, they gave me these invitations commemorating my graduation for free. And a lot of kids send these out to their family members and friends, right? Family friends, and they usually get like a gift card or like money out of it, or at least like a congratulations letter. So I wanted to send these out. So I like bring this a stack of them, like 100 of them. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got these things from the student store because like I work there, so they comp me. And they're really beautiful, right? Like it has like the University of California seal on it and it has like my name on it that I graduated. And then my dad just looks at it. It's like, don't send these out. Why not? It's like, you don't want to bother people with that. I keep thinking, I was like, I think he's disappointed in me, but I don't know for sure. I think he is disappointed in me because I didn't graduate from a really good school. Because the thing is, I would bring them t-shirts and sweaters and you know how some people like you're driving behind them in traffic and it's like my kid goes to this school or my kid's in the military and they put it proudly on their car. My parents refuse to do that. Maybe they don't want anybody to know that I'm at what they assume is a second-rate school. So they didn't want me to send that out, especially when my cousin's like, "Oh yeah, she's graduating with honors at UCLA early."
But you went to a UC? UCs are good
I
schools,
did,
yeah.
but I don't think they
Oh,
viewed it that
well.
way.
Oh
They
my
really
god.
didn't, especially like Asian. I know anybody that's like Asian American could probably relate to that. And usually it's not to that degree. But my parents just, I think they were just embarrassed that I just graduated from a half rate school.
A UC? I went to fucking state school, I went to, like, junior college, and I'm like but people do look down on me.
And the thing is, there's nothing to look down on. We all have like we're honestly, I started working at places where kids didn't even go to college. So I was like, what's the point of this? I have the same job as someone that went to high school,
Yeah,
right? But this is all just how these
it's a
parents
status
are like,
conscious thing.
yeah, it's a status conscious. They're comparing me with like other people. And the thing is, I swear, they were indirectly telling me that, hey, your cousin that was born that has almost the exact same birthday as you, she's better at you at everything. Why can't you be good at something? And they never told me that in verbatim, but that's what when they see me. Well, you're not good at anything. Well, you're going to a lesser school. Your SAT scores are
Oh, shit,
crappy.
I get a lot of shit for going to community college.
There's no shame in that, though.
I personally don't give a fuck, but look, but the people look down on me. There's a certain person actually I'm thinking of. A couple people. And I was
Is it your mom?
no, she doesn't know anything about college.
Well, the thing is, your mom. Didn't your mom say she told
Well,
everybody
yeah,
you
cause
went
she
to
heard the name
USC?
USC and it's stuck, and it's like, "No, you go to USC," and I'm like, I've never been. Why would I afford to go to private school, idiot? I wouldn't. You think we're rich enough to, like, qualify I mean, I know now that they're very generous with their what's it called? Financial aid or whatever. Um,
Hmm.
I didn't know that, I don't know. But at the same time, it's like and you know the people who judge us the most for, like, being lesser, they wouldn't survive
Hmm.
half of what we've been through. So the people who look down on me the
Yeah.
most, I was like, "You motherfucker wouldn't survive a fucking day in my childhood, 1 fucking day." Everything I've been through, look, I've had to scratch and claw my way out of my entire life. So people, they can judge all they want. They go fuck themselves. That's what I say. They go fuck themselves. And I say that to your parents, Ken.
Yeah.
They go fuck themselves. Because you know what? You went to a good school in a really nice city. I love that. I don't want to mention it. It's one of my favorite cities, if not my favorite city in California. Oh my god. I mean, I love it.
Yeah. You know what the sad part is? I had so much financial aid and scholarships and grants and stuff like that. Pretty much the last 2 years of my school was a
Seriously?
full ride. Yeah, but my parents don't acknowledge that because in the scheme of things, out of all the kids, like the cousins and stuff like that, I'm the least of all of them. So it's you're comparing me with a bunch of people that are like overachievers. And the thing is, my cousin, I love her to bits. She's like the sweetest person ever. She's so sweet. She's going through a tough time now. Her husband's very sick. She has never made me feel like I'm lesser than her. She always has made me feel very loved and cared for. And this whole messed up thing in my head, it's not from her. It's from how I think and just how my parents act. And that's really what it is. And the sad part is I got a message from my cousin that says her good friends are gonna do a surprise birthday party for her. And this episode will probably come out after that. So it's like I'm not spilling the beans. If not, I'm gonna, postpone this part or edit this part out. But she's getting a surprise birthday party from her friends from college or high school or something like that. And they asked, "Hey, do you guys want to come? It's fine. Like, it would be great if the family members would come, right?" And you know what's sad? The first thing I thought was not that, "Oh, yeah, let me try to make time and try to go." The first thing I thought, and I thought so badly of this that I'm like, "Wait, how co" it's like that 3-year-old to 4-year-old kid. "Wait, how come she's getting a surprise birthday party? I'm not." And this was really a thing that played out in my head. What a good thing where I'm tying that thing from when I was a little kid, she has more presents than me, to, "Oh, her friends probably love her more. They're planning a surprise birthday party for her. Isn't that great? She beats me at everything." At the scheme of it is like, I'm trying to think about it as like, you can't live like this. It's a horrible thing to constantly compare yourself to someone that doesn't even know that you're in a competition with her, right? We're not in a competition, but my mind is set up in a way where, why am I always comparing myself with her? The birthdays is just one of it, right? We share so much in common in the fact that our birthdays are right next to each other. And I keep thinking, I'm so reliant on her to have her birthday party so people could acknowledge that I have a birthday. Because if I didn't tell anybody it's my birthday, I don't think anybody would know, which is fine because when you get older, nobody knows anybody's birthday, right? Since I turned off my Facebook, nobody's gonna know my birthday anymore. What a sad thing to think about, right? Like Lisa is like, she has friends that are planning a birthday party and they're inviting me and my other cousins to partake and celebrate with her. And that's what I think. I keep thinking, I thought I outgrew this. I guess I didn't. I'm just really petty. I'm like, how where's my birthday? Well, and one more thing, that's part of the friend circle kind of listens to this podcast too. And I really want to ask them to like, hey, you want to go to like a birthday lunch or dinner? But I'm like at a certain point where I don't want to ask anymore. It's sad to ask. And I don't know why. It's just like you guys will probably flake out of it or something like that. Not you, Lisa, like other people. They'll just flake out of it. I don't want to put
Mhm.
myself through that again.
I get that. I mean, we'll celebrate your birthday for sure. Yeah, let me know where you wanna go. We'll celebrate. Woohoo.
Thanks, Lisa. And really this episode was like something so I could air out my
Mhm.
grievances. And I'm not trying to just blast my parents for this. It's just I'm trying to explain why like birthday parties and birthdays are just so like it's a double-edged sword for people that grew up in this kind of environment. For you, Lisa, it's like it's my birthday. My mom's not gonna call me, and I like it better that way because it's nothing could go well if she calls me. It's just bad memory after bad memory with her mom. With my parents, I'm like, I never got that stupid cake. I never got that really awesome party that they bothered throwing me. And now that my mom is not my mom anymore, I'm never gonna get that opportunity again. It's not like someone's just gonna plunk a birthday cake like right
Maybe.
there
Maybe I
from my family.
will.
I had a falling out with my dad. I had a falling out with my sister. My mom has dementia. She doesn't even know who I am. It's like that ship has sailed. So what to do? Like I don't know. This is probably out of all the shows we've done, this is probably like the most vulnerable I've been. This is something that haunts me, and it's just the weirdest thing. People have birthdays. It's supposed to be joyous. Some people don't like their birthdays as they're getting older. But I always remind them every year that you celebrate your birthday, it's a blessing. Like there's a lot of people that have passed away that I've known, friends, family members, and they passed away like prematurely. Like they haven't gone into like, I'm a senior citizen geriatric person and take my like
Yeah.
AARP.
Speaking of geriatric person, so, my mom's partner who, like, got drunk on my birthday and and puked?
Hmm.
Okay, so it was, like, recommended on Facebook, and it recommended him, and I was like, "Oh, fuck," and it had his profile picture. He gained so much weight. My god, life has not been good to him because he looked like when I say fat, I mean obese, okay? So, like, that level, like, his belly was huge,
So was he more fit when
like,
you?
fitter. Yeah, because he had a coke problem, so it makes you skinny, but, like but
Oh
but
yeah,
he was, like, fat, and he was there with, with his
I
new
know,
lady, and I was
I know. Now he has a Coca-Cola problem.
Coke to Coca-Cola.
He has a Coke
Coca-Cola
problem.
problem.
A
Oh my
Diet
god,
Coke,
that's
baby.
when and I think I was, like, scrolling on his, like, timeline, and I was like, "No, that's him. Oh, shit." I was, like, lurking, and I think he said something about having Parkinson's, and people be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry you're going through that." I'm like, "Serves you right." I was like, "Karma takes her fucking time." I don't know if I believe in karma, but, like, you know what I mean? I know you're a believer in karma, but I was
Yeah.
like, "Well, if there's any justice in this world, this is it. This was me." I hope
You took
yeah,
satisfaction
and
out of
then
that because 'cause you're
yeah.
petty and that person was not a good person to you.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah, and then
it's
right
fair.
after I blocked him because, like, it would show me as, like, "Oh, person you may know," and I'm like, "Oh, no. No,
Oh,
no, I
no.
don't want anything to do with this person." Anyway, so I just wanted to leave it on that note because I was like, "Yeah, it's a downer, but look, happy ending, right? For me."
Happy ending for you.
Woohoo!
I don't know about
Fat
me.
Parkinson. Well, yeah, we're gonna go out to for your birthday.
I still have that sense of dread,
Well,
and
you
I
know
can't get
what
rid of
cures
it.
dread, right? Macaroni and
Alcohol?
cheese.
Well, that
Yeah,
is really
we should
good, though.
go.
By the way, that place has really
I
good
have not
ahi
had their
tuna.
ahi tuna.
It's so good.
Their burgers are really good.
Now, if that one thing that makes me happy is being around people I love on my birthday and, good
I
food.
know, me
That is like
too.
a must. Sometimes I think, I really have to start drinking again. I really miss it. I miss
You're just,
drinking,
like,
I
raw
miss
dogging
smoking.
it. Well, you have your Ativan.
Yeah, yeah, that stuff. But, yeah, I really miss that stuff. I'm telling you, I really miss it. It's like I'm not like an alcoholic before, but I was a heavy drinker, but I really
I
miss
would
it.
miss it too.
And I know there's people I've met people that have had their chip, that has had their demons with that stuff. Well, I think, with just how the state of my family and the world is right now, I
Alright,
could have
well,
a
I'm
couple of
gonna
drinks
have
a
him
week.
right now. I know it's, we've been at this for almost an hour and a half. Alright, we can wrap this up. Alright.
This might is this another 2
No, we could cut
episode
it down. We
thingy?
could cut it down to 1. Yeah, I'm sure there's a we'll see, yeah,
We'll
well, you
see.
don't really know until, like, the editing. You're like, "Oh,
Well, why not milk something? Even though, like, a 35-minute
yeah,
episode
well,
could be
we'll
2
cross that bridge
episodes.
when we get there, I guess." Um, okay. Alright, Ken. Well,
This was an intriguing conversation. I didn't
well,
cry, that's a plus.
I
You
didn't.
didn't cry
I
either, that's a
didn't. I
plus.
guess, you know.
Would
Um,
crying be better?
eh.
Well, no, 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 I don't think that's good. We can't end this episode on
No, we had
depression
on a high
note.
note. Yes.
We have to
So,
do a
yes,
palate
make
cleanser,
sure that
so
your haters are fat and they have Parkinson's and
is it mean
no.
to, like I know other people have done this
No.
where they're
I
like,
don't know what you're gonna
"Oh, I
say.
hate that person. That person used to bully me in high school. Oh, they're fat now? Oh, great." It's like because Lisa like, Maury has done episodes about this. "This person used to bully me, and I want them to know that I'm
Oh,
really
yeah.
hot now."
Oh, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
whole
Oh,
episode thing. Remember, it's like,
yeah.
"I'm
I
hot, and
remember
this guy
that.
used to
But
bully me."
now I'm skinny and I have big tits and whatever. Yeah, it's funny you say that because, like, I've run into people from high school, and I'm a lot better looking now, let's just say that. I was not cute in high school, like, I was not a cute
I never saw any
there's
of your
only
high school
2.
pictures, so
Yeah.
was it that bad?
Yeah.
Can't be that bad.
Wait,
I showed you
wait.
my yearbook picture, you should show me your yearbook picture.
No,
What?
but not show up,
How you do that?
dude, for picture day. There was no record of me. No. My name wasn't even on there.
I was in the
See?
yearbook a couple times. I
Oh,
want
did
nice hair.
you? Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, yeah, apparently my hair was I got a lot of
You have
people to
nice
vote for
Asian
my
hair.
hair. Ironic thing was I cut my hair right before the picture, not
Picture
knowing that it
day?
was not knowing it was, like, picture day well, it was called the
Oh.
Hall of Fame. They voted on it,
I'm
and I
like,
won best hair. And anybody that knows me right now, I'm getting pretty up there in age. Like, I'm considered a
"Shut
middle-aged person,
up."
right? I still have a nice set of hair.
I
I
feel
mean, like, I
attacked
still have nice
about
hair.
them being called middle-aged, okay?
I think people are gonna call us
Hush, hush,
middle-aged.
hush, hush.
And you know what you could tell them? They're always usually someone that's way younger than us, and we could go tell them to go suck a dick. So we could say
Suck
whatever
a
the fuck
dick.
we want.
Okay, well, on that note,
Yeah.
on that note excuse me. Sorry, I'm drinking all this bubbly water, and it just makes me so hiccupy and burpy. Yeah,
Fizzy.
but I'm addicted, I can't stop, I'm addicted. Like, it's so good.
Oh, man, that's gonna
I
that
know.
makes you gassy, right?
I'm addicted, though, I can't help it. I have to go to Costco and get, like, the gigantic thing.
For some reason, when you said you're addicted, I'm just thinking of, like, an R&B song in my head. Babe, like, something by, like, CeeLo Green or, R. Kelly, something
Okay.
about being addicted.
Uh-huh.
Addicted to bubbly. Well, we know
Uh-huh.
what R. Kelly is addicted to.
Uh, oh, yeah.
Dave Chappelle told us
Drip,
that
drip,
25
drip.
years ago. We should have known.
Drip, drip, drip,
Drip,
that's what I'm
drip,
gonna
drip,
say. Let people
drip.
let's see it.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I've met people that have not been born when that skit came out,
Oh, it must have
and they
gone
still know what it
viral
is.
on YouTube or something.
that thing came out in, like, 2001 or 2 or something like that. I know people that were born in, like, 2004 that, like, know what that
Actually, I think
is.
that's really cool.
So,
Like,
honestly, they're playing Dave Chappelle's show, like that sketch comedy show, somewhere at all times. At any given time, Friends is on television. Survivor, whatever season's on television. So,
I
what a
know.
world we live in, huh?
All right, Kenneth.
I know.
I'm gonna get going. We've been sitting for so long, my butt's hurting. So I need to
I
stretch my
know.
legs. All right,
Yeah. Time to get up and, my
yes.
ass has a cramp.
All right. Ass
Ass
cramp.
cramp. That's a good
Yeah,
R&B song, Ass Cramp.
it's something R. Kelly would sing.
I know. Is this enough
Yeah.
levity for you guys? Is this enough of a palate
Gonna
cleanser,
go my
you
ass
people?
cramp. Ass
Ass
cramp.
cramp. We should, dude. Okay, so I'm gonna start
Yeah.
mixing a song. I'm gonna go to, like,
No, do
GarageBand,
AI.
maybe
AI
try to
does
do,
it.
like,
Like, you
a
just put stuff through AI and it whips out a song.
I can't do it. You know how I am. I wanna do
Oh,
it the old-fashioned way. There was one guy on freaking YouTube that said we were AI slop. Do we sound like
it's
AI?
just audio. There's no video.
I think everybody's thinking that if they don't see you, like, talking on a video, they think it's AI. I was like, "Have you kids
Yeah.
never heard of radio?" Yeah, fuck
You
that
know,
guy.
our
Fucking troll.
haters actually make you famous because it's like you're just getting our engagement is increasing every time you leave a message and
Oh, yeah, yeah. One more thing. Guess what? We hit 1,000
woohoo!
streams.
Yes, we
We hit
did.
1,000 streams. This is amazing. I can't we made it. So the next thing is what? Make it to 20 episodes?
Yes, and we'll be the
That's our next goal?
1%. Yeah,
Yeah.
one day. I mean,
One
literally
day,
next
we'll be in
month.
your living room. Honestly, we just need to have Dr. Ramani on the
That's the
show, and
oh,
that's the
that's my
goal,
end
right?
goal. Yes, and then that's when
That's
you'll
our
see me
end
cry.
goal. We're gonna do a
Yeah,
theme song
well,
for
that's when you'll really see me cry.
that's when we turn on the
Oh, that
camera
one.
because it's like
I know.
it's it
Fuck.
yeah,
Ugh,
yeah.
to put makeup on and
Okay.
everything. Okay.
Hopefully, that happens by, like, episode 50,
Sure.
maybe? Episode 100? Have
Mm,
goals.
okay. All right,
Okay.
Ken. Good chatting with you. We'll talk soon. And all right. Peace out. Bye.
Okay. Bye, Lisa. Bye, everyone.